Hey there guys, welcome back to Banished. It's shockingly we've made it to year 27 after the wave of death we had from starvation last year. The reserve of tools apparently is low. I don't know where they're getting that idea from. It's at an all-time... oh, now it's low. It was at an all-time high of 12, which is better than the last 2 years where it was at 1. Food is still problematic. However, the population has just decreased a bit, so hopefully we should be able to re-stabilise that. I'm still desperately trying to build this tunnel to get through to these new farms. But there's a limit to what I can do. I remember at the end of last time we turned off this fishing dock because it was the most useless dock in the world. It produced 70 fish last year. It was not worth the 4 people working at it. This one's doing better. 520, 712, 799. But gone are the days where these fishing docks produced over 1,000 fish a year. And goodness knows where this one is finding pepper. I think really the situation is we need a storage barn up here for anything to be of any use, but I just don't have the materials to build it. A herbalist just died. Okay, I do need to replace the herbalist. So the herbalist is unreasonably good for food production. Well, it was. No, it was the gatherer's hut that was good for food production, my bad. Yeah, the gatherer's hut produces so... honestly, I need a second gatherer's hut. I can't remember if they're any good in new forests, or if they're meant to be in old forests, but... honestly, having one anywhere would probably be useful. I do want to build that, actually, very quickly, please. Good, we're growing some wheat, so that should help. First year of the wheat growing, and the tunnel is finally getting there. That's taken a while, but it allows much quicker access to these farms. So finally, some stuff is starting to happen that might be vaguely helpful. People are still cold, and I've been struggling with firewood for the last 5 years where I've not been using wood for anything else. I'm about to start using it to build stuff. So, that's far from ideal. But unfortunately we need the food. More people are dying of starvation than they are of freezing. We have no stored medicine. No textiles. Oh, I've got some textiles. We have no coal, but that's fine because I've not been mining coal. Could be a stone cutter, because you never have enough stone. And you can be builders for now, just to get stuff built. I'd really like the gatherer's hut. These farms aren't really much use until next year, so really a good job to be doing over the winter rather than now. I'll have to do the middle one, but I might leave the end ones for now. Because the middle one is almost clear. Also going to set up a path. There we go. So I'll make the middle one pepper. It'll be one farmer, but we'll turn it off for now because of the time of year it is. It's too late for them to plant it, so and the other labourer is stone cutter because stone is always a premium, and I want to increase the priority of the gatherer's hut. Student just died of starvation, that has a tendency to happen. What else have we got going on? There's actually quite a few trees here that we're going to be cutting down this winter. when we get those farms going. What's needed up here? 30 logs. We might actually manage 30 logs. 12 stone we have. That's a shock. So all things considered, we might manage to build this. How many people are having children? We do not have the food to be coping with that many kids. I've got too many houses, it turns out. My houses can support a higher population than I can manage. Yeah, the problem is that death wave means a load of people could just move in together and start having babies. I can't be dealing with that. We don't have the food for that. Your kids are just going to die. Don't think it through before you have children. Yeah, I have no idea how to counteract that situation. This is going to be interesting. Up to 200 food. The problem is, we're at that much food and there's none stockpiled in the trading post for trading anymore. We used to have like 2,000 in there. I'd quite like to get that back. How's this hunting cabin doing? Only 200 venison so far this year. Did 680 last year, so that's pretty good. The forest lodge at 35 logs. Down here, 103 logs. It's doing quite well this year, this one. And the hunting cabin, 720 venison already. The hunting cabins are great. The gatherer's huts are very good. Right, look at last year in here. This gatherer's hut got 700. Has 1,400 odd. A hunter and a builder. Honestly, we could probably survive with 2 builders at the moment, actually. They're only working on the gatherer's hut. If they could get round to doing anything about it, that would be useful. Chickens wise, we're now at a full 8. Which means we are starting to get chicken as well as eggs. It's still not producing nearly as much as I was hoping for. Probably the most useless thing we have. Pepper field tends to produce around 650 a year. Cabbage produces similar. Wheat we have nothing to look at, but I imagine will produce around 650 to 800-ish. You can become a builder. And it's snowing, and everyone's going to starve and freeze again. We've got a little bit of firewood this year, actually. How's the trade? I mean, I have nothing to trade. Want leather? No. I'm not buying leather off you. Leather is one thing that I actually have a reasonably steady supply of. Who's died? A student and a forester. Could do with the forester, going to be honest. Seriously, can someone do something over here? I know it's a bit far away, but it is the closest job you have. Finally, one of you's turned. Oh no, you're off. Wonderful. Chop down 1 tree, you're off home. Right, well, I don't want to speak too soon because we are very low on food, but it looks like we might manage to survive another winter somehow. 500 wheat, not as much as I'd have hoped for. Only 476, but I mean, the yields are going down. Pasture is doing okay, I guess. That forest lodge is doing great, that hunting cabin is doing great, it's up to its 880. This one's 560, still got the winter left, so still a chance. Let's have that builder back. This forester lodge, 64, I mean it's not terrible, but could be a lot better. Going into spring, I'm going to need to remember I need another farmer. And getting there on clearing this site. In reality, I need you to actually work on this. That's what I was going to do over winter, wasn't it? I need to get the farms set up. So now we're going to pause that and try and get everyone to do this instead. There should be all manner of spare people lying around. Who's useless over the winter? I'm missing a herbalist. Right, there we go. That'll do. Slightly rebalances. I've not seen anyone come out over here, gonna be honest. Would be nice if someone turned up. Hello, builders. Planning on doing your job? You're gathering fuel. You're gathering food. Getting something to eat and gathering fuel. Stop doing... stop doing personal tasks. Go and build. You don't need fuel and food if you're out there working hard, chopping logs and mining rocks. And it's spring, so we will leave it there. So, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you enjoyed one more, and I'll catch you in the next one.